What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the InnerCityGeeks podcast. It's Steve here, and this is episode 273. Joining me today, I got Renee,
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I got Brian,
Yo,
and joining us as a special guest, I got Danny.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, dude? What's going on? Thank you
Thank
for
you for having
joining
me.
us today. Hell yeah, thank you for joining us, man.
yeah, thanks for joining.
Hell yeah. It's been a fantastic week. It's just the week before Thanksgiving, and there's a whole bunch of shit going on. So let's go through the list. Renee, you haven't been here in a little bit. How you doing, man? What's going on?
Good. I'm doing a lot of driving. Uber and Lyft have been busy. Like after Halloween, it was a little slow, and I think I talked about it the last time I was on. Right now is the beginning of like the busy season here in Florida, like for tourists
Mm-hmm.
and snowbirds. So like, and it was crazy
All the
because this week,
snowbirds are coming.
yeah, this week was crazy because I went out driving a couple days and I barely made any money, right? Because no one's traveling until like this weekend, and then I went out Thursday, and I made more than I made in the last week. And yesterday was pretty good too. So things are kind of back to semi-normal, I guess, because like from now until like I guess March, everybody from up north is going to come down here to hang out and go on vacation. I haven't had a chance to like watch that much stuff. I did watch last night in Soho. Spoiler, I really liked it. Me and Steve are going to talk about it later. The I've been playing a lot of stuff though. First off, the GTA Definitive Edition Trilogy. San Andreas is on Game Pass. I'm broke, so I didn't pay $60 for the trilogy, but I do have Game Pass, and GTA San Andreas is on Game Pass. And wow, did they fuck that up, man? It is
That
really,
sucked.
really fucking bad.
I heard
It's
things too, and I'm so
uh
mad because I fucking love that game.
it's typical fucking Rockstar. Like they made they did the least amount of effort on it. Like they sourced out the remastering of the games to a company that's only worked on the mobile versions of the game. Like if you have it on a tablet or on your phone, like these people worked on that.
Oh,
And
that's
then
fun.
and then they gave them the fucking full-size game that's supposed to be on like everything, PC, current consoles and next gen consoles, and it's fucking bad. Like GTA is a PS2, those games are PS2 games, right?
Yeah.
So they didn't look that good to begin with, right? Like they all look like fucking Muppets. But
Yep.
like now it's
But they were
even
fun
worse.
Muppets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like they the way they remastered it, it looks really fucking bad. Like it's so bad that like it's the kind of thing that like I'm crazy and I'm like stupid about stuff. So sometimes like I'll have an opinion on something, and I'm like, maybe it's just me being stupid. Then like after like 2 days after the games came out and I saw the reaction online, I was like, cool, then I'm not fucking crazy. Like, all right, this is a really broken thing. But at the same time, the San Andreas game, which is like the best one out of the trilogy. I mean, yeah, Vice City, I haven't played it in so long, but I think San Andreas is the best one out of that trilogy.
Oh
It's
yeah.
still a really fun game. It's still a really cool story. The voice work is still the same. So it's like you got Sam Jackson as one of the main bad guys and a bunch of
Yeah.
other people. Some of the music is missing, but I don't really notice it that much. But again, like it's so bad that Rockstar actually apologized, and Rockstar like does not give a fuck because they make so much money off of like GTA Online that they really don't care. But the backlash on this is so severe that they actually like apologize. And supposedly, I think next week, uh, either early next week or late next week, they're gonna have an update that's supposed to fix a bunch of the stuff. And
Okay.
That's
I
good.
really hope, I really
We
hope
can
they
hope
fix.
so.
Let's
Now,
see. I got fingers crossed because I mean they've made some really great games and like they focused everything that they have right now on sustaining GTA Online. Like they
mhm.
completely forgot about Red Dead Revolver 2 and they just kind of focused on GTA Online.
Yeah.
Um which I'm not really a fan of. Like I don't like that shit. It's just not for me. But it's huge. And like GTA 5 is like what? Two 2000. Wow, it's an old fucking game already. Like
Mhm.
it's pretty
2003, 2002.
yeah. No, like 2005, I think. Because yeah, it's fucking old. And I'm like, dude, like people are still playing that shit. But anyway, I was playing that. I finally got around to playing the Link's Awakening remake on the Switch, which I've had for like a year, and I got so annoyed with GTA. I was like, let me fuck around with the Switch. and it's a really fucking good game. Steve saw me playing it, and
Mhm.
it's a
looks
really
good.
really it's hilarious to me, the comparison on like how GTA could be such a horrible remake, and then you have Link's Awakening on the Switch, which is an amazing remake, and also the Mass Effect trilogy that came out earlier this year too, which is like fucking amazing. But back to Link's Awakening, it's a really great game, a lot of fun. The graphics are really good for that kind of game. And it's crazy because that game's from 1993, right? And I know I beat this fucking game, but I'm like stuck like a motherfucker, like on every single dungeon. And I'm like, how the hell did I fucking beat this? Like without the internet or like anything. But it's a really like, it's a year old, but like I just got to play it and it's really, really good. Hopefully it'll be on sale again this Christmas or Black Friday because it's like I think it's still $60 in the Nintendo store. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I've been having like random misadventures at the gym and driving Uber, but that's a whole other thing for something later. I think that's about it.
Nice. Very cool. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Brian, what's good, dude?
What's good? Been working. This job is. I'm finally not in agony from all the walking around with heavy bottles. That's.
You're finally getting used to it.
I'm getting used to it. My body's finally like in shape, or
Right.
some sort of shape.
Not just a circle.
Not just round. Yeah, not just cake. Things are good. Been trying to watch some stuff, and we'll get more into it later. But my week started with Ghostbusters Afterlife, the New York City premiere.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Um,
Kind of jealous still, but it's okay.
well, you should be.
I'll live.
Things are good. Blanking right now on what the hell I've been watching, but mostly just been getting things ready for this trip next week. We're going to the Adirondacks for Thanksgiving.
Dude.
So we drive. We're driving up on Tuesday. We're back on Saturday.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. Aside from that, nothing really else going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool, sir. Very cool. And Senor Danny, what's good, dude? How you been, man? How's it going? Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. What a crazy week Brian and I have. But first,
Oh, yeah.
I just want to comment on how much Brian looks like Brian Myers right now with his hair pulled back like that.
Yeah, he does. He very much does.
He
You're
just
right.
needs a little bit longer of a beard.
Like if we just need to switch my beard with his.
Yeah,
And
and
then,
Yeah.
be like the Mattel version, right?
Yep, basically.
And no, so this week was amazing. I got to be was lucky enough to get one of the guest tickets for Yes Have Some podcast party on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
And I got to meet Jason Reitman, the director of Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Fuck yeah,
which
dude.
is a really cool experience. And following that, Brian and I spent 2 hours outside in the cold to wait to get into Ghostbusters Afterlife.
That sounds like a New York premiere.
Yeah,
and some rain.
in some rain. And then to get yelled at by a garage park guy about standing in his garage. Just told kindly to go fuck himself in Spanish. But aside from that, it just was a whirlwind of emotions of a day from, being really cold and then going into this movie, not knowing what to expect and hoping it not to be answer the call. And thankfully we're all happy and sad leaving the theater. And that's all I'm really going to say about that right now until we get into it later. But no, it's been a great week. And then chasing down all the toys following has been a bit of a hassle.
Yeah, it is definitely a bit of a hassle. I get it.
Before we get more detailed into it later on, let's just say it was a beautiful movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
From start to finish.
That's a good way to neatly summarize it before actually getting into a whole detailed later. Yeah. Very cool.
Like I got chills right now just thinking about it.
That's awesome, man.
I saw it twice.
Fuck yeah, dude. You actually saw it for free and then you paid for it.
Oh yeah.
Nice. That's definitely signs of a good movie.
Yeah.
When you watch it for free and then you're like, I think I'm gonna go pay for it anyway. Yeah, because I want to see it again. I totally get it. I used to be the same way when I actually had extra money going on. Yeah. Now I'm more like, I'll see it again when I feel like it. When I actually have extra loot.
Life before.
Or when it comes out for free. Yeah.
Life before children.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's such a hassle, but it's okay. It's okay. Well, as for me this week, I've been watching a lot of stuff. I've been, of course, been watching the wrestlings and stuff. I'm very sad about WWE releasing like another set of fucking people. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, these people say they have like a huge profiting thing, and then they're talking about,
and then they release 8 more. And to one of the biggest ones on that list was John Morrison, and they just released his wife like 2 weeks prior.
Yep.
And it's like way to release both people, both
another couple,
but also before the holiday season. Bravo WWE.
Yep. Because they don't care. They don't care. That's the shit. Like you would think they would be, you know, a little, you know, responsive for the, or a little responsible, or feel a little responsible for the people that they actually are giving money to.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't understand is, out of all this, how is the Miz not yet been released?
Yeah. Well, because he's a money maker for them.
How?
Because he has all these other things that are coming through WWE as well. Like, they have all the TV shows. He's also like been all over the fucking place on TV as well. Like he of course he has the reality show, and then he was also on Dancing with the Stars and all this other shit that he does for them. Like, of course, wrestling wise, he's not that great at it, but yeah, like he's all over the place. He's a draw for them.
So somebody needs to release WWE and wish them best in their future endeavors.
pretty much.
You know
what's funny? Yeah, basically. What's funny? I saw online that something I didn't even think about it. It was like, yeah, WWE backwards is ew. I was like, okay, great. That makes complete sense.
That does make it. Yep.
I'm not against it.
No, I'll allow it.
Yeah, it tracks.
Tracks.
Yeah. Something else that I watched this week. I finally watched Red Notice, which is pretty fucking fun.
Let's just start that tomorrow. Right?
Yeah, it's a real fun movie. It's a
mindless popcorn flick.
It definitely is. It's I wasn't, because I didn't go into it looking for any type of anything, because I didn't really watch a trailer. I didn't go into like, oh yeah, I'm gonna read up what it's all about.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, it has 3 people that I really enjoy,
and two in which did product placement.
Yeah, that product placement is very, 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 very noticeable.
It was like, oh, hey, of course Ryan Reynolds is gonna drink his aviation, and then the next scene, The Rock's drinking Terramana Reposado. I'm like, Yeah. That just paid for, that just basically paid for like a Red Notice too.
Basically, yep. But it's a fun flick. It's a very, very fun flick. I enjoyed it.
And it's not overly long either. It was like an hour and 45.
Hour and 45. That's about right.
Oh, maybe I'll watch it tonight then after this.
Yeah, do it, dude. It's good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Then the other thing that I thoroughly enjoyed is something that Renee also watched earlier today. Is The Last Night in Soho, which is a horror movie done by Edgar Wright.
Nice.
And it is fucking fantastic. No, it is on I saw it on Kodi, of course, but it's on Prime Cinema.
Oh, we're big Kodi fans. Like, we don't hide that shit. Like, we and Kodi, like breaking the law. Like,
breaking the law.
Yeah, basically. That was what's going through my brain when you said it. Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking dope. Like, it's a real good Edgar Wright's take on a horror movie.
Nice.
I enjoy Edgar Wright in pretty much everything that he's done. Yeah. Super fun movies, and this one is just the same.
Good.
It stars one of the girls from Jojo Rabbit,
the Jewish girl that he hides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the main character in it, and it also stars what's her face, the blonde girl. I always forget her name.
Oh, and Anna Taylor something. She was in a lot of stuff. She's really good. She's a great.
And I think she's gonna be part of the Marvel universe in the next
phase.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's supposed to be doing something with Marvel. Also Matt Smith is in it, one of the doctors. His role is very, very pivotal for the whole entire movie, and it makes sense why he's there. He's a very very weird dude, but it also like he's not gonna spoil it, but he's an ass, but he has a reason as to why he's doing things.
Can we
but
get
it's
into it for a little bit? Because like I had a lot of reactions to this movie because like I saw the first hour like really distracted, and I thought the scariest thing in that first hour was Matt Smith hooking up with this chick because I'm like, he's distractingly unattractive. Like he looks like Frankenstein's cousin, and he's necking with these chicks, and I'm like, oh, like what the fuck? But it's because it's the first hour of the movie is really all over the place. Like I had to like really stop and watch it because it's like there's so much going on. Like you have the part of the movie takes place in the 60s. It's in the trailer, and then the rest takes place in modern time. And 60s London is a really fucked up place and a fucked up time. Just to get into it really quick, the 60s for like our younger listeners or whoever, during that time in the entire world, actually, it wasn't that long after World War II. So a lot of the shit that these people were doing and had done was like kind of like people who had lived through that were kind of doing a lot of fucked up shit. There's a bunch of serial killers that are running around London at the same time. A lot of people were getting, a lot of women and a lot of like prostitutes were getting killed in London at the same time. It's a bunch of shit. And during this, the movie takes place during that, and it's a really, really good movie, and it's a really good like look at what happened to the 60s and now too. I really fucking dug it, and I didn't want to like it because I really did not like Baby Driver. I thought Baby Driver was like him trying way too hard to make like the French Connection kind of car chase movie.
Yeah,
and
make a
heist
heist
flick.
Yep.
Yeah, and it just did not work for me. Plus Kevin Spacey cooties, and I just couldn't get through that movie. But Last Night in Soho is really, really good. Terrence Stamp is awesome in it. Diana Riggs fucking blew me away. Like rest in peace because she died, I guess, right after they filmed this. But Diana Riggs, who was Lady Tyrell in Game of Thrones, is really, really good in this. I highly recommend this movie after the fact that I actually really didn't want to like it, and I was really shocked at how good it is. It's gonna, I'm adding it to my Halloween list, and I'm gonna recommend it to everybody who's into horror. It's really good.
Hell yeah. It's a really, really good flick. Cinematography on it is fucking insanely amazing.
Yeah,
too.
right. It was beautifully shot.
Like some of the shots that I really enjoyed was when they were going back and forth between the present girl and the past, and how it kept going back and forth, especially like the mirror images.
Okay.
It was really, really well.
The library scene was really fucking good. Like no spoilers, but when you see the movie and you get to the library part, you'll see what I mean. It's really fucking well done. Actually, really quick, one of the kid that's in it who plays John, he's this little kid from Attack the Block, and it was driving me nuts like for the first hour and a half. Like, who the fuck is this kid? Because I know him somewhere. But yeah, it's so good, so highly recommended, and it's great too because it's like it's not the typical pop horror. It's a really cool, really different take on horror, and can't recommend it enough, man. I was really pleasantly surprised.
It's one of those that makes you think as well. Like you're just like, is it really possible in a way? Because a lot of the things that happen to it, like it just makes you think throughout the entire thing. It's just like, where's this going?
I mean, she says it in the movie. Like this is London. Like people have died on every inch of this place. Like between the historical stuff and what happened during World War II. It's a really fucked up place.
And then
got a lot of ghosts.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like the one thing that she said, she's like, they don't ever really go away.
Yeah.
One of the lines in the movie, like nobody ever really goes away. Like they die, but they never go away.
Yeah, it was highly recommended. Yeah. And the soundtrack is awesome. I'm actually like gonna listen to it later on.
That's one thing that I do love about Edgar Wright's movies. A lot of his movies have a lot of good soundtracks.
What cracked me up too is that no Beatles, which I love. Like a lot of movies, like kind of use the Beatles way too much, and I just love that. Like this is a London '60s movie with no Beatles music in it, and I love the Beatles, but I think they tend to be overused in movies.
There was other bands in London.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of other bands in London at that time.
A lot of other bands in London. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's good. It's good. It's definitely worth a watch. So if you want to wait until it actually goes on Prime or or you want to watch it whenever it goes on HBO or something like that, you could wait for it, or you could just find it.
I think it's worth a rental. Like, it's not even that much on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It's like $4, $5.
Yeah.
I think it's worth a rental.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick, I forgot something, man. I hate to cut you off, but I forgot something that I really, really want to talk about really quick. Tiger King 2 hit Netflix, and I tried watching it, man, and I could not get past the first 10 minutes of that fucking thing. These people are completely reprehensible. None of them deserve any of the shit that they got. Wait, let me finish. None of them deserve any of the money and shit that they've gotten. And I'm watching this shit, and I'm like, I can't. I tapped out. Like, there's an anal bleaching comment. There's an anal bleaching scene in like the first 5 minutes of the movie. And again, like I can't get. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but just like to kind of throw all this, like, it starts out with like basically showing how successful and how crazy these people's lives were after the first documentary. And in the back of my head, I'm like, these people were exploiting animals and people for money and whatever else they fucking wanted to do. Joe Exotic is a fucking human piece of shit with feet, and he deserves to be under a jail. Carol Baskin is a cunt. Tampa locals know about it. Like, I remember at the hotel, people were talking about it at the same time. We know where she used to walk the streets. We live literally around the street, around the corner from where she used to be a hooker. And there was nothing. Oh, the guy Jeff. Oh my God. I'm watching this guy, and I'm like, I don't even have a daughter. And I'm like, if I had a daughter and you know, I just like, I just, like, I just couldn't watch this shit. Like, if you guys end up watching it, let me know how it is. But I was like, fuck these people, man. Like, I hope they get incurable sexual diseases. Fuck them. I was like, oh my God. And then like, dude, watch it, man. It's like, if you thought the bullshit that they did in the first one was fucked up, because like the first one was basically Joe Exotic. This shows the rest of what happened afterwards, and it's just really fucked up, man. Like, watching the first one was interesting because at the end of it, you know, this fucking cornholing, herpes spreading guy ended up in jail, right? But in this one, you're like, this guy's a celebrity. These people, dude, they had a podcast set up that I wanted to reach in and set that shit on fire. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, I was just, oh my God, I was just, like so upset, dude. Like, I couldn't believe. I was like, yeah, nah, click. I was like, I'm not watching this shit. Fuck these people.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, we watched it last year.
Who didn't watch it?
Yeah.
You're not missing out on anything. But like we watched it to see like what the fuck the fuss was about, and I'm just like, okay. And then we watched the whole season. But it should have just been one season. Now you're giving these fucking scumbags more money.
Well, it's also because like the fact that everybody loved it so much. This is what all these companies do. Like, people love it to the point that you're just like, oh, let's see what else we can do with this. How we can stretch out this even more.
It's garbage TV. People love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's worse than garbage, dude. It's just fucked up because it's like these people. How can I put it without sounding even crazier than I am? They don't deserve any of it. They deserve to have miserable fucking lives, and then they deserve to fucking die in agony. All of them. I was like the way they kill these animals, dude. Like, it's fucked up. Like, and especially here, like in Florida, and all these fucking idiots. And I'm just like, yeah, nah, fuck this. Like, these people are some of the most reprehensible people I've ever seen on a TV show, and I mean, like, in all of TV. Like, it's fucked up.
Renee, it's like with season 1. It's like the girl who worked for them who got her arm fucking off, and then she continued to work for them.
That's what I mean by exploiting. Like, and it continues. Like, she talks about some shit that happened too. Like, the thing is, like, I saw a news thing that kind of explained what happens in season 2 and what they talk about, and I was like, that's enough for me. I don't need to see the rest of this shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, ugh, like, I couldn't watch it. I was like, I tapped out. I think I did like 15 minutes, and I was like, yeah, fuck these people. Like, I'm not gonna watch season 2. But yeah, sorry, that was my one rant for today, because I was like, I had to get that out there. I know. Like, that first episode is rough to get through if you're like a normal human being. Like, it's, I mean, if you're the certain type of person, cool. But like, I was just like, fuck these people.
No, that's completely understandable. I kind of felt like that after the first season. I'm like, yeah.
No, so did I. But I was just like, let me see what else, what the fuck is going on that they actually made Tiger season 2. Yeah. I was like, never mind.
That's enough. Yeah, no, I'm good. I was gonna pass on it as is anyway.
Okay. Yeah, sorry to cut you off. I just remembered
it's all good.
the last
It's
time
all
I saw
good.
on that.
It's all good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my shit too. Like I don't really do anything else. Checked out this one band this week that I was really excited for. I checked them out on Spotify. I was like, "Ooh, I like it." What's the name of the band? They are a progressive metal band. A progressive. What is it? It's good. It's good shit. It's just good shit in general. What the fuck is it? It's a band called Obscura. They're fucking good. They have a bunch of other albums, but I just this was the first time that I heard them, and I was really, really, really like enthralled by their sound. It's progressive death metal. Yes. I was like, oh, I like this. So it has the growls and the screams and everything, and the chuggings was good. I was like, yes, I love it. It's good shit. So check out Obscura. They're actually from Germany. They're a German progressive death metal band. So check them out. They're awesome.
Is it in English?
Yeah, it's in English. It's in English. Yeah. Yeah, it's not. They don't Rammstein it up. They, yeah. But yeah, exactly. Yeah. But they're good. They're really good. I'm a fan of theirs now, and I'm like, yes, I need more of this. I got to go back and listen to the rest of their shit because I love the music. And I guess that leads us to the geek shit for the week because we got a whole shit ton of it. I wasn't expecting there to be so much shit, but it's okay.
So dare we bring back the old phrase, the weekly geekly?
Yeah, we haven't done that phrase in a really fucking long time. We haven't said that in a few years, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. You were still living in the Bronx when we said that last.
Yeah, I really did. Yeah, that was a long time. But you know what it is? Like you get older and you move places and you just like fuck it. I'm just gonna say the geek shit. Yeah, because I'm an adult now.
But are you really?
Yeah, I think so. Even though I got action figures and shit, I'm an adult, right?
We all have action figures here.
We all have action figures.
Yeah, no, I know.
Danny's is all like prominent in the background. Like, look.
Yeah. It's quite the collection you got there. All right, so this week we got a whole lot of shit. So, first thing that came out, this is one of the prominent things that came out this week. So something that we've been looking forward to for quite a while, and we're talking about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, or Black Panther 2, or the second one without the main guy. We got news that, of course, Letitia, right? That's right? Yeah. Who's supposed to be in it? She's supposed to be one of the leads in it. Is basically she's injured because of this filming. She hurt her back.
No, she shattered her shoulder and got a concussion. So like it sounds like she either fell or like a stunt went wrong. Because the article and the letter don't really talk about it, because they're like, they keep that shit private. But
of course,
my thing was, like, I was talking to Steve about it earlier, and it just happened a couple of times with actresses doing these shows and these stunts, and I'm like, why are they not getting
the proper training?
Like, properly trained and like really supervised on this stuff? Because like, yeah, man, like a lot of the stunt work is really hard, and the fact that they're actually doing it for real, I give them props to. But they're not stunt people, and like as you get older, man, it's easy to get really hurt really badly, and fucking up your shoulder is one of the most painful things, most irritating things you could do, because like you can't use your arm. So she's out of commission until like January, February, from what the article was saying.
It said it happened back in August, I believe.
Yeah.
Quick skim.
And don't they have stunt doubles for all this shit? Like,
you would think.
Stop trying to be so like, I wanna do everything. Just
but that sucks, dude. Like that, that kind of getting hurt like that is not fun.
Yeah.
Maybe while she's in the hospital, they'll inject her with a COVID vaccine.
I was going to say that.
Well, that was the other thing. Yeah, she's anti-vax, which I still give her shit for. But like, because at first, like the rumors were that her vaccination status was holding it up, and it might have. But now, like, the real thing is that she got hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, it's sad, and that just means that it may just take its sweet ass time to actually come through, unless they're just like, fuck it, let's just keep filming everything else, and whatever, whatever she wants to do, she could do it later on.
Well, they've also done that before, like when Robert Downey Jr. broke his leg while shooting Iron Man 3. They shot everything around him.
Mm-hmm.
Or just like when Harrison Ford hurt himself filming Force
Star
Awakens.
Wars.
Yeah. So you can do it,
Mm-hmm.
So why not just have them shoot everything around her, and then when it's her time, like, okay.
Yeah, or just bring a stand-in. Just bring a stand-in for whatever parts that you don't have to have her face in. And they also have deep fakes too. Like they could do it. They could make it work.
Yeah.
Plus, like, the other rumor was she was supposed to maybe be the next Black Panther. So who knows, man? I just hope she recovers well.
Same. I heard also recently that there's rumors that Makuu might be the next Black Panther.
Yeah, Steve mentioned that earlier. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which would be cool too. He's a good actor. He can definitely pull it off.
Because they flat out said for the 800th time, we are not recasting T'Challa.
Yeah. Which because it would suck for them to do that, especially like after there's so many people that love T'Challa, and the fact that he was essentially like the fucking best thing out of fucking that whole movie
universe.
Yeah. Because even in What If, people were like, yo, like he was fucking great in just those two and a half episodes.
2.5. Yeah, he had because he had 2 full episodes, and then he only had like
a couple lines,
couple of lines
in another one,
like in the Killmonger one.
Yeah, he's fucking fantastic. Like, why replace him and then just fuck up his whole thing? Just do something with him, and then just be like, okay, that's it for him. Just bring somebody else to do something different.
They're just gonna have to figure out how to kill him off screen, I guess.
Yeah. Which I'm pretty sure that they've already figured out because they're quote unquote smart people.
They might not even have to do that. I mean, they could just have like some Black Panther costume running around and say he died. That's it.
Yeah, that too. It's all good. Whatever. Let's just hope that it comes out when it's supposed to. Wakanda forever. Some next shit. Like we love the Star Wars. We enjoy the Star Wars, and then after watching Mandalorian and had the fact that we saw Ahsoka in it, was fucking like, yes, so good. But that also brought thoughts into our brains as to what other characters they should be introducing or they will be introducing into the show. Because of course they introduced so many fucking people from like either Rebels or from the other shows. What the fuck was it else? My brain's not working right now. Everything Star Wars.
Rebels, Clone Wars.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, my brain. From
we've had long days, dude. Like, so I'll let it slide.
Yeah, I've had tons of long days and it sucks, but it's okay. But yeah, Ahsoka was in the Mandalorian. They were like, oh yeah, we're gonna do a whole show with her. But one person that we were really looking forward to, kind of like I was looking forward to, because I highly enjoyed Rebels.
As did I.
And
it was great.
we got news
really
that they are actually bringing in Sabine into this, which is like the female Mandalorian.
I was
yeah,
really excited to hear about this, and then I read the article and saw who the casting, and it's one of those situations. The girl's name is
Natasha Liu Bordizzo.
Yeah, and but what I think what gets me more about this is the girl Tia Sakar, who voice cast her in the show, is about the right age, is about the right build, and she's already on the ABC family of other shows. Why is she not in this?
Right.
Yeah, because he did that with
so upsetting.
Yeah.
Well, Ashley Eckstein's a little bit different. She's not like she's just a voice actress.
Gotcha.
But
No, wait. I mean, what's her name? The one from Battlestar Galactica, Katie Sackhoff. Didn't she do
Yeah.
the voice for?
yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. She did both. I don't know. Maybe it was who knows why she didn't get cast for the live action. But I don't know. I think this was disappointing, and I think this is one of those things they kind of just should have left alone. Unless, I mean, it's probably going to leak out anyway. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel that her online presence and her, talking about things in the media and being a person of color and, being a great Star Wars ambassador, and why she didn't get the bullpen nod to come out and play this in live action, I think is kind of insulting for her. Maybe she turned it down. Who knows?
Probably. Or it probably like interfered with her other
Scheduling.
works. Yeah.
Have they talked about Ezra Bridger or like who might be, or is anyone rumored to play him in live action? Because like, yeah, like the whole, but like, didn't they? Because they mentioned Ezra Bridger in The Mandalorian.
They did mention him, but they haven't said anything as far as like what's gonna happen. Or
and Thrawn too. Like who's gonna be Thrawn?
Yeah, I don't think they've said it. I don't remember.
Okay.
For me, there's only one person that could play Thrawn, I think, but it's never gonna happen. So
go for it, man. Go for it, dude.
Huh?
Who do you think?
The actor that also plays Doctor Strange. Oh my God, it's like right here, but I can't say his name right now. Cumberbatch. He'd be
dude. Yeah. I think I saw a fan picture of him as Thrawn. Like, yeah, it'd be great. That'd be great. That'd be fucking badass. Like, he would totally do it. But the guy from who's the fucking man? I forgot his name. He was in that awful The Rise of Skywalker, the one that shoots what the fuck is his name, man? He's a bad guy in like everything, and I can't remember his name now. He's in The Rise of Skywalker. He's the one that shoots the traitor guy. I forgot his name, man. Fuck, it's gonna drive me nuts. But he would have made a really good Thrawn.
Okay.
I gotta look it up. But yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, but I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with the show because, of course, I'm a fan. We're all fans. Like we need more of the Star Warsy stuffs, and especially if they're gonna do deep dives into where the stories are going. Because especially since like all these stories are technically newish stories,
and they're all canon too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Richard Grant is the actor I was thinking about.
Oh, okay.
What was the other Star Wars thing? Oh, did you hear about the good news that came out this week after the awesomely awful Wonder Woman 84 and the awful The Last Jedi, that the Rogue Squadron movie and whatever this guy was supposed to do have been put on hold.
Oh yeah, because Patty Jenkins had issues with all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad because like after the horrible fucking thing that was Wonder Woman 84, I was like, hey, maybe not such a good idea.
Yeah, Wonder Woman 84 was a weird movie. It wasn't completely bad because there were some good things about it, but it wasn't that great.
That movie was bad, dude. Like,
yeah. I try to look into everything with a good eye. With whatever good eye I have left. But like as far as Star Warsy stuff, I want more. I want to see what they're gonna do with this. Sad that Rogue Squadron is gonna take a little bit longer, but it's okay because we're getting.
I hope they make it a show or something instead of a movie.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But we'll see. We'll see. And then diving back into the Marvel universe, we got news that, of course, we've been looking forward to seeing Mahershala Ali as Blade, but we also got news that Delroy Lindo is going to be joining the cast of Blade.
That's incredible.
And that's fucking dope. Yes.
This does. Hope he's a villain.
It would be awesome if he was. Like I've been fan of Delroy for years,
Yeah, me too.
and to actually see him in in a Marvel movie, and not only just a Marvel movie, but a movie about a character that at one point was fucking awesome that was done by fucking Wesley Snipes to be remade into somebody else by somebody else with different directors that like have a different look into the whole vampire lore. It looks fucking cool. I'm
Like I'm
excited for it.
excited. It's because like those because those only there were only two Blade movies and they were fantastic. we don't we don't talk about that whatever that thing was.
Trinity, right? Blade Trinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in that
Home-
TV show. You guys remember that shitty TV show with the guy from Onyx?
yeah.
Well, the Onyx was there. You gotta back up. Yeah.
Come on, we all love Jessica Biel and her rolling of her iPod.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is basically Deadpool, the entire movie.
Yeah. It tracks too.
Or should I say just Ryan Reynolds playing himself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's typecasted
Wilder.
as himself in everything. Yeah.
He's like a literal walking fourth wall break.
Mm-hmm. And literally just about everything.
Yeah.
You know that's why I couldn't finish Free Guy. I just couldn't finish it. Like I got like an hour and I was like, yeah, nah. Like
Free Guy was fun.
It was fun. I enjoyed most of it, but there were a lot of things where I'm like kind of like, okay, it's there, but
Yeah.
just mindless popcorn flick.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly what it is. But what do you expect? Like, did you really expect more out of that one?
No.
Yeah. So we got what we wanted. Something to just sit there and enjoy.
Yeah.
Something else that came out that's pretty exciting. We've all been fans of Michael Keaton, and I've enjoyed Michael Keaton for ages, especially since Batman. And then when we got news that he's gonna be in the Marvel universe in some way, sort of fashion. What the fuck am I saying? In some sort of fashion, in any type of way in the fucking Marvel universe, we had him at Vulture. Was fucking dope in the Spider-Mans. But now we got news that he's, of course, we've seen him possibly being in what the fuck is this with Morbius? Yeah, Morbius. Yeah. And that looks fucking cool. The fact that he's gonna be in that, even whether it's slightly or for more than just like a scene or two, would be fucking dope. But we got news that this week he was caught shooting some more Vulture shit. And that's fucking exciting.
I'm excited.
Hell yeah, dude. Cause like I love me some Michael Keaton, man. And then to know that he is coming back as Batman, and that he's gonna be doing more fucking villainous roles, it's fucking dope.
I'm excited that he's Adrian Toomes. I mean, I was really looking forward to Raimi's Spider-Man 4, where it was supposed to be John Malkovich.
Ooh, that would have been dope too.
That was like almost fully casted too. Like there were talks.
Wasn't Anne Hathaway supposed to play Catwoman or something like that? Also,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Black Cat.
I think so. And there was one other that I'm blanking on right now. But like, then naturally they had Sony and Raimi had their falling out, and then we got these other two Spider-Man movies, which I'm actually as much as I love Amazing Spider-Man, I really dig ASM 2. But it would have been a better movie had they not cut out that entire Mary Jane Watson story that they filmed. Like with Shailene Woodley was supposed to be MJ.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
They
did not know that.
shot. So in 2012, they shot a scene where he picked her up in front of this building, which actually was my old elementary school in Bensonhurst. And there's like a whole scene and story that was written for this movie, and they were like, "Oh no, we're just gonna pull it." And you're like, "But why?" And this
Because it sucked.
well,
That's probably why.
They truthfully went the route of Punisher with Thomas Jane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with we had that whatever you want to call it movie, but then there was 40 minutes of footage that they added in later, and you're like, "Oh, see now the movie's actually good."
See, but I enjoyed Thomas Jane's Punisher.
I enjoy it better with the full movie though, not just the made for TV style that they put.
Like, it was cool to see Kevin Nash as like a French dude.
No,
Russian.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
I will say that I think I enjoyed the most about the Andrew Garfield version is when he went to Comic-Con and ripped off the mask.
Yeah.
And gave that amazing speech. And then to see him in the first movie was amazing. And I was like, I'm fully on board with this. And then the second one was just like a disaster show.
He was the
It
one
was a bit of a tryhard.
He was the one that did that like funny clip where he's like in Disney World somewhere and he's like or Times Square dressed as Spider-Man and like he gets a tip and then he takes off the mask and it's him. Or am I just imagining something that I didn't see?
No, he goes to Comic-Con to Hall H and he comes up to the microphone during the panel and he's like, I have a question, and then just rips off the mask and goes into this like amazing rant of how much this was going to mean to him and and it's probably one of my favorited YouTube clips that I can just watch every once in a while. So
nice.
If you get a chance, just Google like Andrew Garfield Hall H Comic-Con.
Okay.
I'll do that later. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, the thing about the Vulture, though. Wait, the thing. I forgot what I was gonna say about the Vulture. The thing with the Vulture, though, is that it could be Mobius or it could be Spider-Man. We're gonna talk about the trailer in a little bit, but there's a couple of things that are missing from the American version and like kind of edited out of the trailer, which Marvel has done before. Like movies have done this before. Like Marvel did it with Hulk in Infinity War and some other stuff. And yeah, like the sweet number for Spider-Man's villains is a Sinister Six, and there's like what 4 or 3 in the trailer?
5.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're missing one, and it could either be Venom or it could be Tombs.
Yeah, so we might as well just go into that right now because why wait?
We're on that subject.
Yeah, we're on that subject right now.
Okay.
So why wait? We got the trailer for we finally got a full trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home, which is the last Spider-Man movie for the MCU, allegedly.
For now.
Yeah, that's why I said allegedly.
$1 billion.
Right, exactly. And this trailer is fucking fantastic. Like, I am all in for this. Like, I was already excited for it as is, but we got a shit ton of shit out of this fucking trailer. First it starts off really dark, and then it gets just even darker throughout the entire thing. Like, it's fucking fantastic. Like we get to see more of Dr. Octopus and how he kind of plays into this whole thing. Kind of people are like, oh yeah, he's working with them, but is he really? No, I don't think so.
And
there's just so much shit in the trailer. It's just like,
And, well, where's it gonna go? Tom Holland actually stated saying that this movie is going to be not playful, not fun. It's going to be dark and brutal.
Yeah, as it should be.
As it should be.
Yeah, as it should be, because I don't think any of the Spider-Man stuff is really, haha.
I mean, they're dealing with like more higher stakes and serious stuff, because it's like we've seen the stuff that Doctor Strange got involved in with the multiverse and in the What If. We kind of know that someone, it's just the stakes are really high in this. Like, it's not just Peter Parker's life; it's like the entire universe. If he fucks this up, he fucks up the multiverse. So it's a really exciting fucking. It's such a time to be a nerd. Like, I love this shit. Yeah, I'm fucking psyched. Like, the other trailer was pretty cool because it was like more funny and stuff, but this one was really good. Like, seeing Alfred Molina as fucking Dr. Octopus gave me chills that you were talking about earlier. Like, I was like, holy shit, man, that's awesome. Like, it's such, like, I love these trailers, man, because like they catch us and you feel like a little kid for like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
it was so good, dude. Even this guy looks cool. Electro.
Yeah.
And
Electro looks really good.
Electro, Sandman, they all look fucking badass in that trailer. Even the Lizard, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the trailer's so good. It's like making me want to go see those movies again. And I really didn't like the Andrew Garfield one. So
I think the one thing that's also funny from this week is all the John Cena jokes that memes
You
of him
can't
in
see
the
me.
suit.
Yeah.
Who punched him?
Yeah, basically.
yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they play it all out and how they're like, oh yeah, this is what really happened. No, come on. Now.
The other thing from the trailer that they go.
You first.
Well, the other thing from the trailer that they kind of that they show is Doctor Strange kind of telling Peter like, "You're fucking everything up." And they also mentioned the fact that all these villains are supposed to have died fighting Spider-Man. Right. So yeah, I just hope they make Dr. Octopus like a good guy. Like I hope he kind of like switches and kind of realizes he fucked up, because that's how it ends. Like he ends by redeeming himself and saving. He sacrifices himself to save the city, and so that was what I was gonna say.
What I was gonna say is that if you look at the end of the trailer, when they're on that, what I found really cool was that the Statue of Liberty is gonna be holding a Captain America shield. And as the Electro, Sandman, and Lizard are like coming down, going to attack, not one of them are facing our Spider-Man. And then if you go back and watch the international clip of Lizard getting punched in the face by seemingly nothing, or as Danny put it, John Cena. So it's like, come on, guys, we already know.
Yeah. Stop saying that there's nothing else to this. No, there's more to this.
Well, like apparently Andrew Garfield was quoted saying that like he's over like answering the question. So without saying anything, he's like, you're either gonna like it or you're not.
Yeah.
Or like you're either gonna be really happy or really upset, and then that's that.
Yeah, or just don't answer questions. Just stay in the fucking box somewhere. Yeah. Don't go out. Don't answer any questions. Just shut the fuck up. But yeah,
I mean, because that Tick Tick Tock, whatever movie, that Tick Tick Boom or whatever, like that movie he made, he's getting a lot of buzz. So yeah, you know he's gonna be talking about this stuff. And Spider-Man's what, next month? Like
yeah. Literally like less than a month from now.
Awesome. It might be the first movie we go see in the theater after what, Suicide Squad.
Yep. Yeah, I'm down for it. Definitely down for that shit. Then some other shit, some shit that came out this week. Something that I'm very excited for, because like I used to love going to Blockbuster, and the fact that Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore is kind of sad. But there is
literally one Blockbuster left.
There's one last Blockbuster, and that's gonna be a scene for a new Netflix, which is kind of meta at that point. Netflix is doing a series on the last Blockbuster,
which is actually the flagship store. And it's in Bend, Oregon.
Yeah.
And it's did you see the documentary on it?
No, I have not seen the documentary on it yet.
Watch the documentary on it. Fucking what's that podcaster that you like?
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's the what's his Doug, the movie one?
Doug Benson.
Yeah, him. Like he
super high.
He visits them and like just he's in it, and it's great. It's like almost 2 hours, I think.
Oh, nice. I gotta check it out.
But yeah, it's on Netflix.
Okay, I gotta do that. I gotta watch
It's a fun watch, and it's gonna really make you miss Blockbuster.
Yeah, I used to love going to Blockbuster.
And like, have you ever? I'm sure like you've been in multiple Blockbuster videos. They all have that same smell. And like, watching that documentary, it was sort of like a muscle memory brain thing. Like watching that documentary, all of a sudden I'm like what's that smell?
Yeah.
And I just immediately smelled that like Blockbuster smell.
It smells like videotapes in here. Yeah.
3 for $10.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. You didn't rewind. It says be kind.
No, I don't want to be kind. Fuck you
I want to be
guys.
kind. I want to be an asshole.
Yeah, yeah. But not only are they doing this, but they also casted Randall Park to be the lead in this, and
Oh,
that's
I
fucking
can't wait.
awesome.
I fucking love him.
He's fucking great. Yes, he was in
This-
WandaVision, but he was also in like what was it, Fresh Off the Boat, which is fucking hilarious. It's a hilarious fucking show.
It really was.
Fresh off the boat is great.
Yeah. So like seeing him actually being in his own other little series outside of the superhero stuff and outside of the super generic like sitcom is very cool. I want to see this. I want to see this really good. I want to see this now. Like we need
Yeah.
this.
We do need this.
Yeah.
I first saw like there were like talks that this was going to be a thing like a week or so ago, and I'm like, oh, this would be really funny, and
Mhm.
I'm glad it's actually getting made.
The green light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking dope. It's fucking cool. Then some other shit. Some shit that I'm really excited for because like even though it is super cheesy, it is also a really dope movie. And it's getting a reboot. And the movie I'm talking about is Pumpkinhead. I want to see this. Pumpkinhead getting a reboot for today. Super cheesy from the 80s to come out and actually do something now with with the modern effects, not just the regular.
I say the worst CGI
Super-
ever,
Yeah, yeah.
or whatever you want to call it. Stop motion. What was
Yeah.
it?
Like,
It was a lot of stop motion and a mix of everything. Slight, like they had the slight, what was it? Some slight prosthetics type stuff, but it was not good.
Yeah,
Like
it says
other-
it was makeup and prosthetics.
Yeah,
Like it was a guy in a suit.
yeah. So the fact that they could actually do this with, today's kind of CGI would be pretty fucking dope.
yeah.
Make it a little bit, a little more scary, a little more quote unquote realistic. I'm excited for it. I want to see what they're gonna do with this.
They made 4 movies of this shit.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
dude. Yeah.
I mean, the first one's okay. Like I think it's actually a little better than you guys. I kind of like it more. It was
Oh
one
no,
of
no,
those
no.
horror
I'm not
movies.
saying that I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed it.
No, it was one of those horror movies that like it was one of the few ones that we had at home, so I watched it a lot. And yeah, I'm interested in this, but like I don't know. I don't know. Like a lot of the CGI stuff with the remakes lately has been like overkill, like way too much.
Yeah.
But with this one, I'll give it a shot.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm excited for it. I want to see what they're gonna do with this. Because it could lead to to multiples. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. Another thing that I'm very fucking excited for, something that I've played a long time ago, because I don't really play games anymore. But Earthworm Gym is actually in development now, an animated
That's
series for Earthworm Gym.
I could
Very
see this
fucking cool.
being like more like an Adult Swim kind of show.
Yeah,
Like that Ren and Stimpy kind of animation for this, I think would be awesome. Or just like that tempo of the show.
Yeah.
There was a cartoon back in the day too, right? Or did I imagine that one too?
No,
Yeah.
No,
there was.
no, it was a thing. It was a thing.
like Saturday mornings in like the 90s.
Okay, those games are fucking hard as hell. I remember playing
yeah.
them forever.
Toys are
They're
super
good though. They're
expensive.
great.
It was fucking dope. Like I loved it. I'm super excited to see that they're actually gonna do this again.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things that like the kids would enjoy this, and it's not only just for the kids, it's also for the adults like us. Like we want to see this. We want to see this more than Toe Jam and Earl.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's the same shit that came out at that time too.
Toe Jam and Earl, Cool Spot.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh man, cool spot. I remember that one too. Yeah. But Earthworm Gym is happening and I'm fucking excited for it. Cannot fucking wait. Something that I can wait for and we've waited a long time for is Lethal Weapon 5. We've heard that they were thinking about doing this shit for a long fucking time, and the fact that they're always like, oh yeah, we're too old for this shit. And they're actually gonna fucking be old as fuck to do this.
Yeah.
This is Lethal Weapon 5, directed by fucking Mel Gibson.
Well, keep in mind when Danny Glover first said he was too old for the shit, he was my age.
Right? Yeah. Too
Wait,
old, exactly.
are you serious?
Yeah, he was 41.
He looked fucking 60 when he was 41. Holy shit.
Yeah, well,
and they say black don't crack.
Well, that's the thing. Well, I don't know Danny Glover's age at the time, but fucking Murtaugh was 41. And he was too old for this shit. So Lethal Weapon 4 came out in 1998. And that was what should have been it. And even though people are like, oh yeah, we should do one more, and like I know Chris Rock wanted to do it, and the fact that they kept all the same actors to play Murtaugh's kids, but Lethal Weapon 5 has been in development and in fucking developmental hell for like if
the
you
better
had a
part of a
kid-
decade.
If you had I was gonna say if you had a kid, like that kid's legal to drink now.
Yeah.
And so like it was talks like Richard Donner was gonna do it for so long, but then he died, and like what, last year, and then like now we got Mel Gibson doing it. He's gonna direct. And Mel Gibson can direct some movies. Like he's actually a pretty solid director.
Yeah.
Is it going to cancel culture itself, though?
Exactly. Racism at its best.
Yeah, but he's still at it though. Like
He's still at it. I mean, what was that movie that you had me watch? Was it Hurricane Heist?
Yeah, no, not Hurricane Heist. It was the other one.
Yeah, with fucking.
That they were in like a fucking Miami or some shit.
Yeah, with fucking Emil Hirsch, Speed Racer.
That was dope.
Like, that was fucking good. And like Mel Gibson was only in it for maybe like I don't know 35, 40 minutes of.
He was like in the first half.
Yeah, but he was good in it.
I was listening to a show recently. I don't remember the name, but it says when he wants to go out, he puts on like a full prosthetic mask to go out to like bars and shit, so he can actually get like drunk and have a good time. Like Hollywood quality like mask. Like we'll sit in a chair for hours.
That's insane.
That yeah. With the shit that he's been through recently, yeah, I would do the same thing too.
You know?
No, but it was a fun flick. Like I enjoyed the fuck out of that one. Force of Nature was the name of that one.
If Pesci's not in it, I'm not going.
Well, like if they could drag Pesci out of retirement for fucking The Irishman, he better come back as fucking what the hell's his name?
My favorite thing is when in 4 is when he's following them, he's like tailing them, and he's like, "Who's the perp? What'd you bust him for?" And he's like, "Look at the gun. Look at my badge. Do I look like a perp?" And they're motherfuckering each other with the phones. Oh, it was great.
Or in part 2, never go to the drive-thru. They fuck you at the drive-thru, okay?
Yeah.
Early 90s.
Early 90s.
Love it.
But I hope that they do. I mean, obviously you can't do 6 movies because they're already old as fuck. They're like,
I think this is one of those things that should just be left alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
If they are gonna do a 5, let it be like this really solid film, and then
just call it quits. Make it be the last one when they could officially fucking retire.
Yeah.
Oh, your boy fell off.
What was 4? 4 was I did not see 4. Like 4 is the one with okay, yeah. And Chris Rock is in it, right?
Yep.
Chris Rock's in it.
Okay.
Jet Li was so fast that they had to slow him down.
Yeah.
Is it worth watching?
4 is enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah. They're all enjoyable in their own little way.
Because the first 2 are great. Like that was another couple of movies I grew up watching. I think we all grew up watching.
Yeah.
But I never got around to seeing 4.
Yeah. 4 is all right.
4 has a lot of fun moments.
Yeah. Like all of them do. It follows the same structure.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, out of the sequels, I like 3 better than 2.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah. Well, you know, the original thing with Lethal Weapon, they were originally pushing to kill Riggs in part 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he was like shot like that many times. But they're like, oh no, we can't kill him. And then that's how Lethal Weapon 3 was them again.
Yeah. Yeah, Lethal Weapon. We're getting too old for this shit. Like seriously.
Too old for the shit.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess the final piece of geek shit before we get into the to the talks about the Ghostbusters, but the final piece that came out of this week that looked really cool. It was only like a fucking 20-second clip or whatever. Was a clip for or the trailer for or teaser or whatever the fuck you want to call it for the Halo TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot to look at it, and I'm like the biggest Halo fan. Like I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's pretty cool.
It looks fucking dope.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am super excited for it. The Halo was one of the I think one of the last games that I actually played, like actually played the full game of the first one because that's the last one I really gave a fuck about back then.
Yeah, the Infinite came out this week. I mean,
Yeah.
the multiplayer for Infinite came out this week, and it's been getting like really, really good reviews. I haven't had a chance to start it up, but it's going to be on Game Pass day 1 too. So for the campaign,
nice.
Yeah,
very cool, very cool. Yeah, but this looks good. It looks very good. Looks really dark. Looks the fact that we actually get to see Master Chief in action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah,
right,
like I'm
psyched
super
to check it out.
surprised. Yeah, like I'm super surprised that this is actually happening. Even though I think we did mention it before, but it looks good. Like not that I was like shitting on it or like not expecting it to actually come out. But it actually like it kind of makes me want to play the game.
Or watch me play, or
yeah,
Ash.
watch you play. Oh yeah, or watch my son.
Well, Infinite's free, I think, right?
Yeah, the multiplayer is free. The campaign you're supposed to pay for it, but it's all supposed to be on Game Pass.
Okay.
The multiplayer is free to play for everybody who has an Xbox, or even what
or PC, I think too.
Yeah, the cloud gaming thing, yeah, on the PC.
Nice.
Yeah, Infinite's supposed to be the campaign's supposed to be coming out in 2 weeks, I think. And that one got really good reviews. The thing with Halo is that every time they've done a live action thing so far, it's been pretty good because they've done like little things here and there. And
the vignettes.
Yeah, and there was a thing with Luke Cage in it that like barely has Master Chief, but when he shows up, it's like Darth Vader in Rogue One. Like it's a really cool scene, man. It's everything that they've done with Halo since, I guess since Halo 3 has been pretty good. It's another thing that's been in development hell forever, but it looks like they finally got the ball rolling and they actually pulled it off this time. And again, like this is all from just stuff that I heard, read. I haven't seen the trailer yet, but everyone loved it. So
yeah, it looks fucking cool. Like I'm super excited for it. And the cool thing is that it's going to be streaming as well. It's like it's not gonna take a long time. It's going to be on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, which I have.
And it's gonna be cool. So I'm excited for it. I cannot wait. And before we go, I figure we'd get into something now. Brian and Danny, like we mentioned earlier, you guys got to see Ghostbusters Afterlife. And you guys can talk about the Ghostbusters Afterlife because it looks fucking cool. Like I'm super excited for. We've been excited for it for quite some time.
Man. Quite some time is an understatement. For me, I'm a little bit younger than Brian, but Ghostbusters 2 is one of the first movies I remember seeing in the theater with my dad and my uncle.
Oh, nice.
And scared the crap out of me, but loved it. Had all the toys as a kid, and 2016 movie. It is what it is. Not a continuation of the story, but I'm not going to sit here and to talk about it and shit on it because that's not what we're here to talk about. But without spoiling anything, just it's a movie you can sit down, come back into this world with this cast of characters you loved,
Yeah.
and see what the continuation on pen and paper of an untold story, and what happened to them and where they go, and their the continuation, and the trailers, if you've watched them, they're also really great. um, and I want to say it's one of those movies where you go in and sit you down and turn your brain off of, because there's so many little Easter eggs and tidbits and things that you're like, oh shoot, that's over there and this is there, and oh, that's a nod to, there's so many nods to Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2 in this movie. I've seen the movie twice now. um, I think with seeing it with Brian, somebody's as passionate about this franchise, and we both have childhood memories for different reasons. I'm sure Brian might get into um, that. Just in seeing it with him is just definitely like a feeling of family, and seeing it with somebody that you care about. And
Yeah.
secondly, all the promotional stuff is insane that they've done for this movie, and they've done a really good job. They know their
Really
target
good.
audience, and they're getting it. It's got a 95% score on Rotten Tomatoes for
Oh,
from
nice.
from fans,
Yeah.
65 from critics. Um,
Yeah,
but
I also saw that they made like 40 million on Thursday only.
I think that's Thursday and Friday. The opening weekend goal was, I believe, $30 million.
Okay.
I can say when me and Brian saw it on Monday, obviously there was nothing but tan jumpsuits all around.
All around.
Nice.
And for the most part, what was really interesting is, from going to cons for so many years, and I'm gonna shit on my own in the Star Wars community for a little bit, of how when you go to a convention, people are like, "Oh, cool, that's an awesome Jedi costume you have on," but that's not gonna pass 501st official, right? As opposed to, Brian wasn't suited up, but we're getting him there, and
I mean,
I
Slowly
had
but surely. Slowly but
I
surely.
I had gotten my second suit together within like a couple weeks, and just going, and everybody's like, "Oh, hey, where did you get that? That really looks cool." I never would have thought to do this. And there was a guy there with action figures glued to his proton pack that were like
and like
8 feet high, with a diorama on the back of the whole thing.
yeah,
It was just
and it was like
really great.
and it was also like like an iPad or a tablet playing clips of both the
All
first two
three
movies.
movies. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
Um, and it just more felt like, yeah, everybody was cold. It's like 40 something degrees outside,
Like
but it was just
I was
everybody ready to
I
cry
was
and
I
embrace
was standing
what they waited
outside.
for.
I had to piss for like 90 minutes. And I was like, I don't care. Because like when Danny invited me, right? So he did the yes have some, got the pass, and then I emailed and got the ticket as well. And then like I was at work when he's like, "Yo, email this dude now. Here's what you say." Boom. And so like I did, and the guy's like, "Yep, here you go." So I was thrilled, and because I've been dying to see this movie for so long. And actually, the last movie I saw in theaters was with Danny and our wives. Was the Ghostbusters
84.
1984? Yeah, it was the 35th anniversary.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was beautiful seeing that in theaters, especially because I saw Ghostbusters 2 in theaters with my dad as well, and um, getting to experience this with someone that's as close to friends that one could get with he and I, especially bonding over fucking ghosts. Um,
You ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Bustin' makes you feel good. I get it.
Yeah.
Um,
It does. It really does.
That song was totally got cancel culture in 2021.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Had it come out now.
Uh,
It would.
so
There's no way
getting
around
to
it.
see this. So I didn't expect it to be the fucking monster night that it was gonna be. Aside from meeting new friends, but it was also like the Ecto from the movie was there, all the rusted up caddy, and like the fucking cast of Ghostbusters was gonna be there. I was like, what the actual fuck? And so that's when I texted you, Steve. I was like, yep, looks like I'm working tonight.
Yeah, that's all good.
You know, like I was like, oh, I got a blog to write. And so like there were people from Chicago, Cleveland,
Texas,
Texas,
London.
Detroit. Yes, I forgot
Fuck
the
yeah.
London people. Thank you, Danny. One dude wasn't dressed up as a Ghostbuster, but he literally flew in from Chicago to watch the movie to fly back the next day.
Yeah, that's
You know?
that's fandom right there.
Yeah, I mean it's not a long flight. It's like 2.5 hours. You know,
Doesn't
so
matter, but
it's
the fact that you're
Chicago
going just to
to
go
London.
watch a fucking movie to another state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when Danny and I get there, we're seeing this like sea of tan, and as he noted earlier, having a fucking curse out a fucking parking garage guy.
Which is a funny story because like we were all like bunching in this parking garage and there hadn't been a car go in this place for over an hour, right? So this guy comes and he's like, "Oh, you guys got to move out of the way." So he starts mumbling in Spanish, and I'm like, "No, this isn't gonna fly right now." So I like pop off back at him in Spanish, and like the guy that from Chicago says like, just gave me this look like. It's like white boy just popped off in Espanol. Like what the fuck?
We don't expect this. This doesn't make any sense.
And I'm like, hey, I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah, exactly.
So we, so Danny had a lot of friends there that he's known from like the podcast, YouTube, the Facebook groups and shit. And so like we're all there, and then even people that like he's just like me and just like you, Steve, where like you could just bump into somebody and meet somebody and they're friends for a long time.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
they're
yeah, for sure.
For just friends for like the evening, and that's why the three of us click, because we're that kind of person. And so like as Danny mentioned earlier, that he was at that party with fucking Jason Reitman. So that group was naturally at the movie, and like it was just cool talking to people, knowing like their backstory, sort of like why are you here, but like or how long you in town for? Oh,
Why
yeah,
are we here? Because we want to see a fucking movie. That's why. Yeah.
But it was like
so-
more than that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these people have met each other before and gone to other events like Ghostbusters Fan Fest, and like a lot of them had gone to the like China, not the China, the Chinese theater in LA for answer the call together. So it's like this is a thing they do. And they're like, hey, what group are you in?
Diehard fans.
Yeah, like I consider myself like a diehard fan, but these are like
those
like
little ride or
living
dies.
it. Yeah, this is ride or die like every day. Fans.
And like one of the things I watched a couple of weeks back was something that Danny had mentioned was what was it, Ghost Heads, that documentary. And like you see all these people dressing up and doing their thing, and they have like squads from places like we mentioned, Cleveland and Detroit and London and whatever, and you see that like this movie that was written in 1983, where Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray were fucking high as a kite writing this fucking movie, as noted by Harold Ramis's daughter. And also Ivan Reitman was partaking as well, and like.
Back then, they all were.
Oh yeah. I mean, shit. When I was in Chicago, it's at the Billy Goat Tavern, and all the SNL cast were there before and after, and you don't know how many lines of Coke were done on that bar.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
It's only right then.
Yeah, it's only right. And they put together a movie that was sort of based on like what Aykroyd grew up knowing with the occult and shit, and. And Ghostbusters was born, and it was a fantastic movie. And Ghostbusters 2 came out, and it was mostly the same plot point as Ghostbusters, but it was still fun. And actually, true story about Ghostbusters 2. I mean, we all know Jason Reitman was the kid at the party in the beginning of Ghostbusters 2.
You guys are
But
full of crap.
yeah, but did you know Reitman's daughter, Katherine, the lead actress from Working Moms, she was also uh, one of the fucking. She's been on It's Always Sunny a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The one that Dennis married.
She was good on. She used to have a YouTube channel, and all she would do was talk about movies.
Yeah.
That's how I learned about her.
So Katherine Reitman was actually the little girl that Egon was studying Joy in Ghostbusters.
Oh, nice.
Oh, with the puppy? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I read that online. It was like, something about like the
Fun
Ghostbusters cast bringing their children to set, and that was one of them.
Nice.
Like Bill Murray's son Homer, who now has a bar in fucking Greenpoint.
Yep.
So like he was there, doing his like kid thing and shit. But you had this one movie that pretty much they didn't know what was gonna happen with Ghostbusters, and then look at it for almost 40 years later, and it's like this. It's not. You can't even call it a cult classic, right? Because a cult classic is Ferris Bueller. A cult classic is Breakfast Club. But you don't see people but you don't see people dressing up as these characters and having squads.
Just not as much.
Have you seen a Breakfast Club group at a con, Steve? I haven't.
Of course. I haven't. No, I'm joking. I'm just talking shit.
But then you got Ghostbusters, and these guys just defined not just a generation, but generations. And I know when my daughters are old enough, when Danny's son is old enough, like we're gonna just, of course, like
embody them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only right. That's what I'm planning on doing too. Like
you should.
It's only right.
I mean, Harley should be a Ghostbuster, dude.
Dude, like I think my kid Harley Quinn. Like
I know.
Come on now.
I
think also with this latest installment, Jason is from Juno and everything else is a great storyteller of family problems.
Yes.
And how this movie is so relatable on so many levels, depending, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl or, you had your own family issues, like, I'm not going to go any details specific that are not within the trailer. But like they say, hey, we came to Somerville because our grandfather left us his house and we're broke.
Yeah.
Like that's a real relatable thing.
That's a real relatable thing.
Absolutely.
And then digging through somebody's memories and figuring out who they were and things like that.
And not only that, but like, as we know from the trailer that Annie Potts was back as Janine. It's like, oh,
there may or may not be the original three.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But also like, it's like, it's very relatable on things. It's like, oh, a family member dies, and you expect to inherit something. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be like a pile of books. It could be a pile of dust,
or a pile of shit. Gotcha.
Or a pile of shit.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, oh, what are we inheriting? Oh, his debt.
Yeah.
Thank you. I needed that on top of my own.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which now just not a reality. That doesn't happen. It's just like.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's still like that. I'm already feeling down. I'm already fucked. Fuck the world, and now you're gonna throw this on top of me. Like I'm already kicked me when I'm down. But everything about this movie was so well done. Some behind the scenes trivia that I watched on like Adam Savage's Tested channel was that they literally built a house. So it wasn't an interior and an exterior. It was both. It was one fucking house.
Which is fucking cool.
Nods to the movies. I mean, you see it in the trailer. You've seen it on still shots. Stack of books. Like the library. And one other really cool thing and I missed it in the movie, but I've seen it behind the scene. The toaster from Ghostbusters 2. The infamous.
Yeah, you were telling me about this. Yeah.
And they actually put the Black & Decker box in a cabinet, like on a shelf in the kitchen, and I'm like, I had to think about it earlier today. I'm like, fuck, I missed out on where the toaster placement and like the box was. But and also like nice little nods that you've seen on the trail in the teaser trailer way back was like the infamous spores, molds and fungus little things. And they did everything they could to like
fan service.
Fan service, yes, but also like their respects, their tribute, their homage to Harold Ramis and the character that defined multiple generations.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
And as I noted before, it was just a beautiful movie. We laughed, we cried, and we kind of got jump scared. It had a drama thriller.
So all the emotions,
comedy.
For sure.
All of the feels, Steve. All of the feels.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
And like man, it was just a beautiful fucking movie, and it was
couple things. Like number one, the staff that put on that event was awesome.
Yeah.
Super friendly. Like they came out like, hey, this is the plan. Like every 10 minutes, like you got updated notice. Hey, this is what we're doing. Hey guys, guess what? You're all gonna go see it in Dolby now instead of a regular theater.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
We
complimentary ecto cooler, which was great.
Did they give you guys popcorn and shit too?
Yeah, popcorn. You chose your soda.
Nice.
It's all complimentary.
Nice.
So
see, I love screenings that are like that because I haven't. Yeah. I think the last one I did for that was fucking for Suicide Squad actually.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, I like.
So everybody gets sat down. Ivan Reitman, Jason Reitman come out. They talk about the movie. Murray,
Aykroyd and Hudson.
McKenna Grace, Katie Coon.
The kid that played fucking podcast.
They all came out on stage.
Yeah, like
that's awesome.
Out of the kids, the only one that wasn't there was Finn Wolfhard, but that's also because he's probably doing Stranger Things.
Yeah, because that's still not out yet.
Yeah, but like they all came out and they talked, and everybody's chanting out "Sexiest Man Alive" for Paul Rudd.
Of course.
And Danny, the one thing that I should have mentioned that night or not mentioned, but should have yelled out is like, are we gonna watch the movie or are we gonna actually just see clips of Mac and Me? Because every time Paul Rudd was on Conan, it was only clips of Mac and Me.
That's awesome. That's funny.
I thought about that.
I completely forgot that he was in that shit too.
But the night was great. It was good hanging out with friends and new friends and just like free ecto cooler, which went up on eBay. And then what was really cool was like after the movie was done, and,
allegedly,
yeah. Well, two post credits, mid and post credit scene. So pretend it's an MCU movie.
Okay. So stick to the end.
Stick to the end
for 3 scenes. So last things for me from this was McKenna Grace stole the film.
Okay.
She's the girl that plays Egon Spangler's granddaughter, Phoebe.
Oh, okay, okay. She's the one with the glasses.
They made her look just like fucking Harold Ramis.
Oh, man. Like, so also, like, the tempo that she kind of gives the movie, it's just so uplifting. And the way
her icebreaker jokes.
Yeah, she's like a mix of, like, Egon, Sheldon Cooper, and like, a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the best way to put it. Except she moves to this town and she opens up to some other people pretty quick. And then you don't hear the actual 84 song until the end of the movie.
Of
That's the only
course.
thing I'm gonna
That's
spoil.
that's the best way to fucking do it.
And then stay like Brian said, stay for the two end credit scenes, and then also, I didn't know it at first. I figured it was just some random pop star, like had like a insert song for the soundtrack at the end, but it's actually
It was her.
it was her. So
And like this kid, I mean,
she can sing too.
she could really sing. And like,
Fuck yeah.
so if you're not familiar like with her work before Ghostbusters, like she was young Tanya Harding and I Tanya. She always plays the younger version of the main character.
Okay.
If you look like her IMDb,
Okay. So she's
She's also
young.
12 when she shot this, by
Right.
the way.
Yeah. Okay.
She
that
was
makes
on
sense.
Fuller House. So like she's on a like she's done.
So
a
she
lot
plays
of
a young
stuff.
Bob
She's
Saget?
got a pretty good Netflix career already.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then yeah, they really made her basically female Spangler.
Nice.
But with a mix of everything, as Danny mentioned, and I think one of the coolest features in this film. It's not a spoiler, but like because you see her with the proton pack in other trailers, but like her trying. I mean, obviously, you know the three main Ghostbusters trying to put on the proton pack was like, holy shit, this thing's heavy.
To see a 12-year-old.
Yeah, now imagine being a 12-year-old trying to put this fucking thing on, and like you put it on, you're like, you know, like you can't. You're trying to like adjust your weight. And that was really fun. There's so many things about this film that just really make you go, okay, I'm ready. Like I need to see where else this can go, because they're not done.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. I was going to ask you guys. Does it leave it open for?
It's
people?
so open-ended in
so
so
open-ended.
many different directions too.
Yeah.
And when in an interview this week, Jason was asked if he was going to do another one. He's done with Ghostbusters, or at least he says he is for now. But he's kind of left it open for somebody else to take the reins and see where it could
Okay.
go.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be with this family
It doesn't
necessarily.
Interesting.
But also Ernie Hudson pretty much said that if they ask him, he's back.
Of course, because he has nothing else to do other than that one show that he's doing now.
And cameo.
Right.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, I got a good cameo from Ernie Hudson last year for my birthday. That was
That's
great.
awesome.
So did my sister-in-law earlier this year.
And it was like 4 minutes long. It wasn't one of those 30-second cameos.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I know, Brian, you kind of mentioned the eBay thing a little bit, so I'm just going to address it. It wasn't for greed. Basically, all of the proceeds for the one bottle that went towards Brian's proton pack, and I'm going to be helping out with the rest. And so Brian has backed the pack officially from Hasbro Pulse.
Hell yeah.
So.
And
that's pretty dope.
So I just basically need to buy the Spangler Wand, which comes out in like February, March next year.
Wait, a wand?
Yeah.
The gun.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
I was like, wait, this is when they become magicians. I got you.
So basically, I just need to pre-order that, which I'll do like in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, so they designed it where they knew what they were doing. Hasbro
Of
knew.
course.
So basically,
are you surprised that they know what they're doing?
No.
All these movies are for fucking toys.
Yeah. So
like toys and nostalgia.
The Spangler, it's literally just known as the Spangler Wand and the Spangler Pack.
Nice.
But like the wand itself, it's a collector put on a display stand and shit if you want it that way. But and lights and sounds and shit. But the battery pack cap, you could take off the one that's just like a flat thing and put on the one that has the connector for the hose, which now will connect to the pack.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
they definitely knew what they were doing.
And it has that like the bracket where you can literally just flip
Slap
and
it on.
put it on the bracket that's installed on the pack.
Fuck yeah, dude.
They know.
Yeah, so they basically took like the guts out of the handle and inserted one that's gonna. So you only need one set of batteries now versus two.
Hell yeah.
And that actually unlocked today with 9,000. I was trying to be kind of like cheeky and have Brian's be the 9,000, but who knows where it fell, but it was definitely within the first 10 or so over 9,000.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But
And there's still what, like 21 days to back the pack.
something like that, yeah.
And a good buddy of ours, Eric, he actually started designing shirts. So Danny got one. I didn't have money yet, but he's a
Nice.
sick artist, has an Etsy store, and he has a back to pack design
T-shirt
ready to go. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. So one thing that I asked Brian, I asked him earlier in the week. I asked him, is this more like a nostalgia movie, or is it just like, oh yeah, it's more than just that? I know.
Are you
Brian,
asking me?
told me. Yeah, I'm asking you.
Yeah.
It's a nostalgia movie. It's like Brian said earlier, it's a multi-generational thing at this point.
Okay.
Yes, is it 100% fan service? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right? But it's a story. It could be a standalone story, and that you don't have to fully know or even have seen Ghostbusters 1 to understand this movie, because there are so many talking points within the movie that bring everything you up to speed from Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
there's so much homage
yeah.
of the original movie built into this one that, like, if you didn't want to watch the other one, or
Or if you
both,
take
but if
your
you want
wife
to
and
watch,
she's never seen 2, or
yeah,
maybe like you're going, you want to try to drag your girlfriend and she's like, "Oh, I've only seen the first one. Am I going to get?" No, she's going to be fine.
Okay.
you
If
could
you've
go in
seen 1, you're good. 2 is still amazing. See 2, but
but like
not necessary.
2 is my favorite of all of them.
So 2 is my favorite.
But you can actually see this one going in blind and understand, and then it'll make you
Okay.
want to go back and watch the retro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, aside from Paul Rudd being a diehard fan of the films themselves, they kind of incorporated that into his character, where he's like, you guys
He's a
have no
fanboy.
idea what just want. Yeah, he's a fanboy. Gary Gruber's.
His name.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He was a nice addition to the
And
the franchise.
and it's not just like super technical and super like nerdy. Like there's a lot of like dry humor in this film. There's a lot of like quip-witted SNL comedy in this film.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's not just when you're scrolling through Netflix in 6 months, this could be in so many categories.
Yeah.
It's not like the first one where it's like, hey, this is a sci-fi comedy. We're like beyond that.
Okay. Okay.
I'd say that the weakest link for me out of this whole film, and I don't know if it's because I only saw Stranger Things in Finn Wolfhard a little bit, was there are some scenes where it's just like it's a little tough of a sell for him.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's just the way that the film portrayed his sister character so much more than him.
Okay.
And he was kind of like the older brother, but he was like the third tag along.
So he was just like a supporting role there. He wasn't like
Yeah, it's more of a supporting role
supporting.
than a main character, I would say.
Okay.
And there's another young lady that embodies with them in their journey towards the middle second act, more so, and it's great. I think the part where in the trailer where they're going downtown and they're in the Ecto one and she's hanging out the side of the car and they're all trying to figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
Okay.
And like, honestly, the way this was like a I'm trying to think of the proper wording to say. this was kind of like not a love story to his dad, but like this is kind of like a thank you for creating this. And then I'm gonna make you, and then I'm gonna make you proud by doing my own take.
Right.
And it was like, what was great is like if you watch the two of them together in interviews, right? You could tell like they have a great father and son bond. The fact like there was one picture floating around online where like Jason was sitting at the director's chair during Ghostbusters 2.
Mm-hmm.
With like little did we know he would be a director. And also like the fact that like I think Ivan was a producer on this movie. And also like one of the greatest things during the speech before the rest of the cast came out on Monday, like Ivan said thank you for creating this movie, and Jason replied thank you for creating me.
Oh,
and it just
that's fucking adorable.
Yeah, like it hit, especially because like my dad's been gone for 4 years and Megan's dad was gone for 2, and it's just like fuck, I'm already gonna start feeling it.
Yeah,
because like when Harold Ramis died, I was just like not in a good place.
Oh, of course.
And so like watching the film and seeing it and getting to get hit with every sort of feeling imaginable, everything from like sad to happy to jump scare to holy shit to sad again, and
holy shit was definitely there.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. Like we left the theater with fucking chills.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's what you would expect.
But one of my favorite moments of that night was Bill Murray getting accosted by fans in the lobby of the theater. And like I almost wanted to be security and be like, guys,
get away.
Leave Bill Murray alone.
The man just had to be pissed, man. Like he literally said to them, like, guys, please stop following me. Like,
are you surprised?
But they were also old enough to know better.
But are you surprised though?
No, I'm not.
You should have been at the fire station at 3:00 like everybody else.
Right. And what I thought was really cool was that, and I think I showed you the pictures, the last time we recorded, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where like I took the pictures of the firehouse with the sign outside, which apparently is not the original sign that Sony gave them because the fire trucks kept hitting it.
Of course not. Why would it? Yeah.
So, but it was cool.
I gotta grab some. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there's rumors that Hook and Ladder 8, which is an active firehouse in New York City, there's rumors that it's actually on the chopping block.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, they're never gonna knock the place down. It's a fucking landmark.
Dude, they have to sign it up as a landmark. Ooh.
All right.
This is why he went yesterday.
Oh, let me see if I can move this back.
Fucking popcorn bucket.
So, this is at CinemaCon. They announced that they're going to do this Ghostbusters Afterlife popcorn tin.
That's so fucking cool.
Right? So, it gets cooler.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, it actually, though, opens up.
That's fucking badass, dude.
And it fits a whole bag of popcorn.
Get out.
Yeah. It'll fit a AMC large popcorn, I think, in this thing.
Really?
Yep. So the reason why all of us nerds are so wanting this thing so bad is because in a perspective shot with it could fit and work as a 1/12 scale Ecto 1.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's a bit of a lowrider if you really wanted to be scale.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the door is, I would say, is semi-proportionate to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Oops, but anyway,
It
it
fits.
works. It fits.
Yeah.
It works. So these things I have shout out to the lovely people of AMC on 19th Street and dealing with my bullshit for the past 2 weeks and me calling every day and saying, "Did you have them? Did you have them? Did you have them?"
Give me my toy.
Yeah, to us going to the theater and nobody giving a shit that
Of
they
course.
had them.
Yeah.
The guy's like, "Hold on, what does that sell for on eBay?" And I'm like, No. This is for me. I didn't want to have to buy one on eBay.
Right.
And then yesterday, AMC announced that these will be available on Monday on their website in limited quantities. So
Hell
if you
yeah.
weren't able to get one at your AMC this weekend, you can get one on Monday.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But
That's fucking awesome.
yeah, I had to have this. This was
It's a must have.
it's awesome. It's a little small, but I think it's collectors of Ghostbusters figures. This is
A
the
little small
closest
my
thing.
ass. That shit is fucking huge, dude.
Okay, but this is only $35 to put it in perspective of some other collectible
Get
things.
out. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Right. So if this was from Hasbro, this would be $200 probably, right?
Yeah.
Easy if it were, doors and everything. But
Yeah.
for it just to,
It shit looks worth it, dude.
yeah,
It's worth it
30
$35.
well, you're gonna spend the $35 on the large popcorn anyway. So
Hell yeah.
New York City. So, yeah.
I'm about to go to a fucking AMC fucking tomorrow on Monday.
And-
There's one like not that
You
that
don't even
far
have to
from
go.
my
You
job.
just get it shipped to your house.
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot they do that now. Yeah.
One of
I
the
forgot that that's an
greatest-
actual thing.
And honestly, one of the greatest things about the movie, but it's not a spoiler, but one of the greatest things about the movie is when Ecto is just roaring through the fucking streets, or even in the cornfield, and
It's like drifting through the cornfield.
Yeah, but the fucking the engine's just like purring and just fucking.
Oh.
Man.
Shit! The one thing me and Brian, we talked about for about probably 10 minutes after the theater was the score for this movie and how it carried the movie.
That's awesome.
It was great.
It
gives definitely like that Mandalorian vibes as far as like how that show is carried by the score.
Yeah.
Just the that little piano cue would kick on every once in a while when something was going to happen, and it was great.
I don't know if they reused the score from the original or they just.
I'm sure they borrowed pieces of it, but.
Probably.
Oh
yeah. What I thought was really cool about the movie was that they actually took the rainbow of ghosts from 1984 when the containment unit power is down
blows up
for Con Ed, and like the ghosts are like infecting New York City. They didn't just redo it. They took that and implanted that into the new movie, and just of course highlighted it in modern color.
Of course, they just slightly touched it up.
Yeah, but they took the rainbow and put it in this to give it that same.
The same feel.
Yeah, that same feel.
Fuck yeah,
Holy
that's awesome.
Shit.
Very excited. I cannot wait to see this. I'm super excited for it.
Oh yeah.
I might actually take the kids to go see because I'm supposed to be getting them this week.
Oh, the kids are gonna love this movie.
How old are your kids?
6, 13, and 14.
Oh, they're gonna love it.
Yeah.
The 6-year-old's gonna be scared, but he's gonna love it. Or
she'll be fine. She watches the fucking weirdest shit, so yeah, she'll be okay.
Yeah. Harley's gonna be cheering the shit on.
Yeah, she loves the horror shit, so she's into it. She's like her dad, fucking weird. But yeah, dude. Yeah, very weird. Yeah, I think that's pretty much wraps it up for this week. Thank you guys for
having me.
us. Hell yeah. It's fucking awesome, man. I'm super excited. I'm very excited to see the movie. I thank you so much for being on this week. It really helps to to get the perspective from somebody that that is a super fan of the show of the show of the movie, yeah, of the series of movies, and yeah, it's a different take on what we usually do on here. But thank you guys, thank you, Ryan, of course, for for always being on here. So everybody, make sure you guys go check out InnerCityGeeks.net. We got a whole bunch of shit sometimes. Of course, we got this show. We have It's Poppin'. We also have Bright 2J Presents. We as well as what else do we have? Comics with the World, Manga Time, Anime World. We got cats trying to take a shit over there. We got yeah. We got Into the Geeks Turntable, Good
ICGPW
Games,
Slamcast.
ICGPW Slamcast. So much fucking shit on there. Go check out all the shits. Then we also have cool places that you can check.
Just not the cat shits.
Yeah. Don't you don't want to see?
Don't check out the cat shits.
Yeah. Don't check out the cat shits. No, it's not fun. Then we also have links to some cool fucking places. One of the cool places you can go to is fucking Amazon. Click on that first link right there. That'll take you to Amazon.com where you get some cool shit, and also you get your first month free of Amazon Prime. And not only just that, but like it's fucking Black Friday's coming soon, so you get some fucking Black Friday shit on there. You don't have to buy anything. Well, you could buy shit, of course, but you don't have to fucking like spend anything extra. You just click the link and fucking help us out a little bit, because we needs the helps, because we all do. We always do. You could check all that shit on there. Then there's also So Sick Clothing Company. It's pretty cool shirts and hats and shit. SOESIC clothing.co. Type in Inner City Geeks for 15% off. Then there's also Beard Octane. Get some beardly goodness. Yeah, exactly. You already know. They got a lot of cool shit on there. They got the beard bombs, the beard butters, the oils, as well as some tools for your beard to make it look all nice and shit. So go check all that out on the Beard Octane. And then you can type in ICG10 for 10% off of your entire purchase. It's good shit. They also, I'm pretty sure they got a Black Friday deals coming soon. Yeah, they always do. And then they also have some CBD products, some CBD oils and shit that are for the beard, not just regular CBD stuff, but shit that you can use for your beard as well. Which leads us to the next one, which is cbdMD, which you get some pretty cool CBD stuff. So go check that out. Then the final place you can go check out fucking Sideshow Collectibles. They got tons of fucking awesome fucking figures over there. So go check all that shit out. Then you can find the show on Stitcher Radio, on SoundCloud, on Google Podcasts. But most importantly, you can find us on motherfucking Spotify. Because it's the fucking best place to find anything. And then you can find us on the Facey Space. So facyspace.com/InnerCityGeeks, on the Instagram at InnerCityGeeks, on Twitter at InnerCityGeeks. Brian Bracken. What the fuck? Brian, where can we find you, sir?
Bragging.
Yeah.
Bragging. Wow. That's the new name of the show.
Yeah.
You could find me trying to get comfortable in this chair.
You're not slipping and sliding, so it's okay.
Not in this chair, no.
Yeah.
Just aching.
Yay.
You can, of course, find me on all the social media, Bright2J Presents or Bright2J on Instagram, BRI_2J on Twitter, Bright2J, Bright2JPresents.com, and, of course, Bright2J Presents on YouTube. There's links to my videos on Bright2J Presents, and also links to this fucking show. But, yeah, that's pretty much for me. Danny, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at LeBlanc Jedi. It's right here. For those that are watching on YouTube, that's LeBlanc Jedi, LEBLANC Jedi at Instagram, and find some of my travels in the city collecting figures and pics of my son doing the weirdest shit sometimes.
Yeah, that's about right. That sounds like children's. That's what they do.
My daughter Charlotte's future husband.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh.
it's adorable.
She literally hugs the picture from the thank you card, and like she doesn't let it go. So.
Oh.
Ooh.
Now that Danny just made it creepy.
you gotta add the size and everything. You know, it's only right. Yeah. Yeah. And then you guys can find me. You guys can find me all over the place. But you can find me on Instagram and the Twitters at Mr. Jackal, MasterJackal. Like I said, it wraps it up for this week. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being on with us this week.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Hell yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Happy your turkey is dry day.
Well, actually, we had a fried turkey today, and it was actually fucking delicious.
Fried chicken.
Yeah, fried turkey is fucking the shit, dude.
Yeah, you know, Brian. The only reason our turkey's dry is because we're white.
Yeah, because I made my own turkey last year, and it came out fucking delicious because I like stuffed it with fucking fucking butter.
And our grandma makes it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, grandmas know how to do it. Yeah. Yeah, so thank you guys for listening, like I said. And don't be a dick, but always remember that the geeks shall inherit the earth.